Right, so we're out near Canberra, onto the fun road as we call it, and heading out towards Dungeness, and basically going to try out this filter set, take some cool shots hopefully, and see how good the filters are. They're made of acrylic or something like that, and obviously, you know, they look pretty clear when you look through them, but obviously they're not going to be quite as good as glass. But for 20 quid for about 25 different filters, I'm going to try a couple out and see what's what. Go from there. So we'll see what's what. But the light's quite nice. So a filter would be beneficial. When you see like one good filter is about 20 quid, maybe more, for a glass steel square slide-in ones. But the actual kit itself is quite good. So if I can measure, I'll see what size they are. If a coke-in filter or anything slots in, that'd be quite handy, because actually to buy that is actually cheaper than the actual the kit anyway from them. So if it's a standard size, it means you can use better quality filters anyway and still utilise the actual mount kit they send. They give you two, so it allows you to have either two cameras or two sets of filters ready to go, so you can actually just swap them in and out. It can also allow you to have two filters in at once. I think it's two or three filters in at once, so you can overlay them. So if you want to make it at the end of your filters even darker, but then you're asking for trouble with the distortion side of things there, with especially if it's through acrylic. We shall see that, you know, what the difference is. But all a bit of fun in the aid of photography, but you know, it might give some good results. Who knows? So I did know that the plastic ones weren't going to be as good as glass, and you know, so it's a case of just experiment and see. Ideal for cheaper cameras where the quality isn't as good as a pro level camera. You know, so that was a good place to, you know, it's this experimentation. If you're not going to print huge, you probably won't even notice, but if you're a professional, you need to spend the money on the kit. So the coke-in ones and the leaf filters started from £50 upwards. Fish, chips and pizza. Woohoo! We've arrived in Dungeness Estate. So there's a little steam railway that runs through here. I don't know if it was always here, and I don't know if it was, without looking, I guess have a look on Google, but I don't know if that was actually used for transporting fish and things like that from the fishing boats that came in and out. Who knows? But it's interesting. So anyway, so you've got still a few old boats, a few old buildings, not many though. A lot of it is the more modern stuff, which still metal containers now, so they don't really have the wooden huts anymore. So we've arrived at Dungeness, and now I'm going to get the camera out and go and have a little wander. So these old rails would have been where they transported the fish back to the road. They really are starting to. The last 5 years, everything has become a bit more run down and smashed up like this. I mean, it's not like it used to be. It used to be much more interesting, a little bit less busted up. Like this hut we're coming up to in a second, that had nets hanging in it and everything, and I've got shots of that to show you. our building there that's now bricked up. So I've just tried that one there. You can see it's clear into orangey, kind of good for sunsets. But then you have got, so what I would say is these are plastic. What you can use these for, using flash. These are, you could just tape them over the top, over the front of your flash gun. It's about the same size as a flash head. So and that's another graduated one there. These are all full colour, different ones there. That's graduated. What's that one there? That's a dark ND, which is actually quite handy. Then we've got some more purpley one, more sort of a few different colours there, good for different skies and things like that. But they're cheap, guys, really cheap. More ND there. Stick together. Another ND one there. More graduated ones. Another graduated one there. So I think what is the best filter in the pack is graduated ND filter. It's keeping my skies nice and moody, but allow me to keep the boat nice and light in the foreground. Let's try this. So, the thing is, it knocks really easily, so go wide angle. It gives it a really moody. Bring it up. So shooting with the filter kit and everything on, it was pretty good. It went on well. It did rotate very easily, so I had to be a little bit careful of keeping it in line, which obviously more expensive versions won't do. No real issues apart from, obviously if you're using a higher megapixel camera it may show up a bit more, but as you can see from the shots now just coming into view, that this shot here was with no filters whatsoever, shot at f4 at 600mm, usual rx10 Mark IV quality, nice and sharp, and with obviously heat haze and blurred background, so that works really well. And then this shot is where I start using the filters. So this is a graduated ND filter or of sort. I have no idea what the valuations were because there was no markings at all on anything, so typical Chinese stuff there. Same again, this is I only used two filters. I thought, well, otherwise you're just going to have green and different colours, so I just chose two. So this is the graduated ND filter. As you can see up the top there, it was just darker and then lighter at the bottom, and autofocus worked pretty well through it. A couple of times it was a bit fussy, but even at 600mm you lost a lot of the ND sort of graduation part obviously once you zoomed in, but it still worked relatively well. This shot here, as you can see, the sky's still moody, but it kept the detail there, which is quite good. So I haven't edited these shots whatsoever. They are just as is. I've just levelled them up if need be. So this shot was actually not too bad. As you can see, proper moody clouds. That was from the ND, just brought them out nicely, and then the sunshine was super bright, which gave us the the good shadows and things there. So I've left this one actually really bright. I actually quite like it. This is with no filter on, and another photographer there. He was just wandering around. He walked miles away, so I never actually spoke to him. This one was with the ND filter back on, and as you can see, the power station is a little bit darker there compared to the foreground, and the lighthouse there, but relatively good. I mean, you can see it's still sharp. It was only seemed to be you'd lose sharpness once you stopped it down, and it seemed to be the fact that F10 to F16 seemed to be a really good area for the for it to bring out the mainly the colours actually. So once you started using the sort of the orangey ND filter, red, it really brought the colours out a bit more, and obviously gave me everything in focus. But also it seemed to lose softness. So hopefully because it was focusing so deep into the shot, it was actually giving a little bit more sharpness back from obviously shooting through plastic. So but yeah, not too bad at all really at the end of the world. But I mean, I quite like this shot. When you zoom in quite heavily and start doing pixel peeping, it is noticeable that actually it's lost some quality. But all in all, it looks alright. I certainly wouldn't print very big with it. And this shot here as well, obviously completely pointless if there was no clouds in the sky, because there's nothing to really bring out as details, but not too bad at all. Like I say, I haven't really messed around with these shots at all, just leveled them up. So yeah, it was just a case of experimentation and have a look really. So anyway guys, hopefully that's some kind of little insight there. Basically, don't bother spending 20 quid on crap cheap Chinese filters really. Buy proper glass ones. Yes, they're much more expensive, like really more expensive, but actually you don't need that many. I would say a polarizer, maybe a graduated ND filter, and maybe one colour, one of the colours you kind of like for a sunset like that. So anyway, so I just headed home after that, and obviously looking at the pictures now. So anyway guys, please subscribe, click the notification bell, and also please share with your friends, other photographers and things like that. Please ask questions in the comments section below, and I'm happy to answer them if I can. And yeah, keep watching. Cheers.